Remember, if people do not know that we exist, we need to put ourselves in front of them. They're not going to fall on our windscreen. They're not. They're definitely not going to fall onto our lap whilst we're sitting in our sitting room watching Muvango. So we have to...
Please give a warm round of applause to Hetty, the entrepreneur, please. Thank you. Lovely.
Thank you so much. Guys, are you enjoying yourselves? Yes. Is it a good workshop? Yes. Okay, great. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so this particular segment, we're actually going to do a practical implementation masterclass, all right? So what this means is you want to take out your notebook, your pens, your notes app. If you want to take a video of this section, please feel free to do so. This is your time and our time together. We're going to have a roaming mic throughout this segment. If I talk about something and something moves your spirit and you want to ask a question, immediately raise your hand. Let's talk about it. Let's go backwards and forwards. All right. Are you ready to monetize? Yeah. Turn to your neighbor and say, I'm ready to monetize my business. That's right. Sizo monetizer. Great stuff. I think Coach Ntswaki did a very good job of explaining to us what a brand is. All right? So the brand is the perception that people have about ourselves or our business, and this perception comes from our consistent action. Whether that action is good or bad, that represents our brand. All right. So I think that she's given us very good context. Now I want us to talk about what can you practically do without spending any money as an entrepreneur on the ground to build visibility around your brand and also to monetize. In the beginning, somebody asked, what is monetization? Monetization is any activity that you engage in that is able to generate you money. All right. So let's use a very simple example, social media. Some of you are on social media to follow Abola Sizwe. Some of you are in social media to look at memes. Others are on there to look at the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Some of us are on social media to monetize. So we are all on the same platform, we are all using the same amount of data, but one section is laughing and the other one is laughing all the way to the bank. Are we clear? So you as an entrepreneur want to engage in activities that is going to generate money for your business. We're not in business for the sake of our health. We are in business to make an impact, give value to our community, and to make money. So let's be clear, passion and profits can be married together, and they can have a very nice and healthy relationship. It does not mean that simply because you are passionate about something, that is now the hill that you must die on. All right. So I'm going to share with you 6 strategies today that you can literally use the minute. In fact, before you walk out of the hall, I literally want to see you using some of these strategies. The first thing that we have in our arsenal as small businesses is the power of storytelling. The power of storytelling. Every single one of you has got a story to tell. You started your business in the back room of the house. You started your business that was inspired by your grandmother. You started your fashion line because you couldn't find any clothes that represented you. Every single one of us has a story. Your story has the ability to set you aside from everybody else. But we're not telling our story. You need to find a compelling way to be able to tell your story so that it brings eyeballs to you. The beautiful thing about having a story is that nobody can take it from you. Nobody can steal it from you. It's yours. It's yours. So we need to be able to leverage the power of storytelling to grow our businesses and our brands. That is one of the biggest advantages that we have as small businesses over big business. Big business has got budgets, they've got marketing teams, they've got contingents of people. They don't have a story. They can't tell you about how they've been running their businesses here within the streets of Atteridgeville and how they are part of the community and how the community has poured into them to be able to build the business. They don't have that story. It would be completely inauthentic. But guess who does? You. You have a story. And you know what's interesting? If you tell your story to as many people as possible, and you tell your stories enough times, people are going to wake up and listen to you. Opportunities begin to come your way. I've seen people get radio interviews because they've shared their story. Every single one of us has a story. Take a moment just to sit down and say, what is my story? What is my story behind why I am selling granola? What is my story behind why I am selling candles? Because the moment you have a story to tell, you are no longer just selling candles anymore. You're now selling a message. And that is what people are going to buy into. Am I making sense? So I want you to begin to start thinking about your story. Now, once you have gotten your story, don't sit on it and make it the world's best kept secret. Only you and your neighbor know about your story. You now have a responsibility to share it. To share your story. Where do you share your story? You share it in rooms like this. So many of you, the mic has gone round, you've asked a question. Hi, I just want to ask this. None of you have stood up and say, hi, my name is Hetty. I'm actually selling beard oil. And the reason I do that is because I noticed that my partner, his beard was struggling and it was breathing through the wound. So I had to now create a product to help him. You share your story before you ask the question. Now who do you become? Oh, the beard oil girl, let me go and talk to her. That's sharing your story. Sometimes we are waiting for grand opportunities to be able to share our story. Introduce yourself. When you talk to other people, tell them your story. Often at times people forget other people's names, but they don't forget your story. So even when they save your number in their phone, they're going to say Hetty beard oil because it reminds them of your story. The other way you want to share your story is on social media. It is no longer enough to say, guys, t-shirt on sale from size small to XL, $2.90, come and buy. That doesn't work anymore. But if you are telling us a story about why you are selling those t-shirts, about where the inspiration came from, about what you are doing with the proceeds of those t-shirts, all of a sudden you're no longer selling t-shirts, you're selling a cause. And we become interested in that. So I really want you to start thinking, what is my story that I have to tell and share with others? And guys, let us be clear about something. Your story does not always have to be a story from rags to riches. It does not always have to be, I was born in a tree. If that's your story, then fair enough, let it be. But whatever your story is, trust that it is authentic enough and it is okay enough for you. And the right people will follow you. I love money. I love being able to make money from business. It excites me when I help somebody to be able to make sales. Does it make me a bad person? No, of course not. The people who are also interested in making money through business will be drawn to me. And those who aren't, and that's also okay. So trust that when you put your story out there, the right people are going to be drawn to you. Don't add colorful embellishments. You are literally okay as you are. But you must learn to tell your story in a manner that is compelling and that is memorable. Some of us have wonderful products, but we're boring. And so you don't have the memorability factor. Think about what is the best way that I can tell my story so that people remember me. And when people remember me, they end up liking me. And when they like me, they trust me. And when they trust me, they buy from me. All right. I'm going to pick on some of you because I want to hear from you how you are going to start telling your story after this workshop. So if we can get the roaming mic, all right? I want the roaming mic to come here to this table by Makhomo Klomo. I'm going to give you just a second to give it some thought. And when the mic comes to you, I want you to stand up, stomach in, chest out, and tell us the story behind the brand that you are selling today that is going to make us want to feel as though before I leave here today, I need to speak to Makhomo. Before you do that, I'm just giving you a minute. Let it marinate within your spirit and the depths of your esophagus, all right?
As you said.
So one of the ways that you also want to leverage your story is to find other evangelists of your story. Maybe, for example, you are in skincare, and the reason you developed your skincare range is because you had blemishes and acne. You are now going to be able to leverage your story of your skincare challenges to be able to draw the right people to you that are going to buy your products. Now you can begin to create what we call user-generated content. That means your clients who have used your product and they have gotten clearer skin and good results, you can leverage their story to further market your brand. That is done through testimonials, it is done through video content, etc. Storytelling. It is a free resource that we have as small businesses that we are not leveraging. Makhomo, I really hope that I've given you enough time. I would like you to stand and tell us, what is your story?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Makhomo and I am the founder of Intombi. So Intombi is born from my own personal story around my hair struggle. So when I was younger, I had that kind of hair that, like, as black people we see as very hard to manage. It lost a lot of moisture. I would go to school and come back and it was a mess and my mom never knew and understood how to take care of it. But her, on the other hand, she had very beautiful hair. It was very soft. It had a different curl pattern. So growing up, I've always had that struggle of seeing my hair as something that was undesirable. It wasn't beautiful. And so it affected how I felt about myself and my sense of self, right? So I then fast forward when I'm now a mother. I have two daughters. One who has hair just like mine and the other has hair like my mom. But I did not want them to grow up having the same story around hair and identity and a sense of self that I did. So Intombi came about as that story of me understanding how to take care of my hair and how to love my hair and how to impart that wisdom onto my daughters so that they grow up with a positive sense of self when they look at their hair.
Brilliant. Well done. How many of you relate to Makhomo's story of how she related to her hair growing up? Brilliant. So let's see. You see all of these individuals within the room that resonate with your story. And what that in essence means is that when people relate to your story, they are then more eager to learn more, and then they're easier to be able to convert. That is so much more compelling than saying, hey guys, I'm selling hair food. Because she could have done that. She could have said, I'm selling hair food. She could have said it's organic, it's natural. How many times have we heard that? But this is your first time hearing her story. And that's because nobody else has it. That is something that we have that is unique. Point number 2, collaboration and partnerships. Collaboration and partnerships. If there is one thing that you need to know, it is that competition is out and collaboration is in. Competition is out and collaboration is in. Sometimes we are so obsessed and focused with what our competitor is doing that we actually fail to see what we can do because our attention is focused in the wrong area. As small businesses, we need to become obsessed with collaborating and partnering with other people because we know that there is power in numbers. There are some resources that you have that somebody else does not have, and vice versa. And by coming together, we are able to double our resources. I once spoke to a lady and she was saying to me, Yo, Hetty, I'm getting this order. She does baking. I'm getting this order and I don't know what to do because I don't have capacity to actually meet this order, but I really, really need this deal. So I said to her, but where is your database of other bakers? She didn't even think about it. Because in her mind, other bakers are her competition. They're not her colleagues. So I said to her, do you want a slice of the full cake or nothing at all? Because you can get those other bakers to come in, they can assist you with the order, you give them their portion, and here you have been paid. So stop looking at other businesses as competition and start looking at them as your colleagues. In corporate, people have colleagues. Departments liaise with each other. They collaborate with each other in order to get projects done. We may not have those corporate structures, but we can create it for ourselves. If you're a graphic designer, you should have a database of other graphic designers that you can be able to fall back on, so that you do not turn business away. Collaboration is so important, particularly when you do not have a budget for growing your brand. In spaces like this where there are events, etc., I would always raise my hand, especially I remember when I was trying to grow my speaking career. I would often raise my hand and say, hey, I see you running this event, please can I come and speak? I'm happy to speak for free. Why? I was putting myself out there. I was putting my knowledge out there. I understood that if I delivered a good job, my next booking would come from the audience. So when you are going to an event or a workshop or a conference or a summit, think about what you could potentially offer as value to the organizers so that you can be able to grow and scale your brand whilst they also benefit as well. Please remember that collaborations and partnerships is always a two-way street. The minute it's a one-way street, it is no longer a collaboration. You bring something to the table, they bring something to the table too. There's so many events, I'll just say, hey, are you having goodie bags? Yes. Can I please drop samples of my products inside? Because I want people to see it, feel it, touch it. There are so many things that you are able to do. But it is very, very important that we raise our hands up. Nobody is going to just come and say, hey, I see you doing a great job, come along. They're not. Remember, if people do not know that we exist, we need to put ourselves in front of them. They're not going to fall on our windscreen. They're not. They're definitely not going to fall onto our lap whilst we're sitting in our sitting room watching Muvhango. So we have to look for them. Am I making sense? Yes. Partnerships and collaborations. One of the things I literally do, sit down and write down what are the different lists of events. I go onto CompuTicket, I go onto Ticket Pro, I go onto Quicket. Look at the different events. Where can I add value? How can I contact them and ask, can I exhibit? Can I speak? Can I do something? Because now I have entered into their radar. And once you've entered into their radar, you are now building a relationship with them. So this is something that is very, very important. Leverage other people's platforms to find marketing opportunities. In the midst of your networking today, I don't know how many business cards you've given out. I don't know how many of you have shared your WhatsApp QR code. How many of you use the WhatsApp QR code? How many of you know what it is? Let's be honest, it's okay, it's a safe space. So within WhatsApp, you can go to the settings and there's a barcode in there. You literally show it to the person in front of you, they open their camera, and when they scan that barcode, your number automatically gets saved onto their phone. Why do you want to do that? Business cards are becoming redundant. The handbags that we carry are the place where business cards go to die. One day when you're cleaning out your handbag, you find all of these business cards at the bottom. You don't even remember who they are, where you met them, what did they say, Gonje, where does it go from the handbag to the bin? But if somebody has got your number saved on the phone, what now begins to happen? When you start posting status updates about your business, they see it. When you start sharing your knowledge and your value and your story, they see it. And when they see it, what ends up happening is they've got what we call top of mind recall. The day that they need your product or service, oh, I'm looking for a cake, great. They remember, oh, Ghana, that lady, she's always posting about cakes, let me message her. Top of mind recall, because they are always seeing your content. So do not let your connection with someone during networking die because you've given them a business card. Follow each other on social media so that whenever you post, they see your content on their timeline. These are the ways that we build our brands. These are the ways that we become visible and memorable to people. And over time, these are the ways that it is able to convert to sales. Building a brand does not always mean you have to have a billboard or a television advert. I promise you, it is the small daily intentional things that we do over time that compounds into something big. So that is something you want to do. The third one, DIY content creation. Guys, if you are an entrepreneur, you are also a content creator. That is just the reality of the matter. It doesn't mean you need to be a fashionista, it doesn't mean you need to be a beauty influencer. You need to be able to create content for people to know and see what you are about. So many of you have come today. How many of you just put in your IG stories or your Facebook stories, hey guys, this is Hetty from XYZ Trading. Today I am investing back in myself. I'm going to monetize your business workshop. Please come along with me so that we can learn and grow together. How many of your audience is following you right now today for this journey? It's a secret. Mara, do you see that you're not being fair? Is it fair? It's not. You're waiting for the perfect scenario. You're waiting for a professional camera. You're waiting for good lighting. Kanjani, guys. Honestly speaking, bring your audience along with you. You're a fashion designer. Why don't you take them along with you when you're going to buy fabrics? Hey guys, I've got a custom order. I'm on my way to go and look for fabrics. These are some of the options. Ooh, I eventually chose this one. I'll show you the before and after. What are you doing now? You are building something that people are following. And they're going to say, no, my next outfit is going to be made by this person, because you take them along with you on the journey. No, you wake up, you get dressed, it's a secret. You come here, it's a secret. You network, it's a secret. You go home, it's a secret. Hi, Bo. What is the end goal, kahle kahle? We cannot be the world's best kept secret. DIY content creation means that you use the phone that you have right now. The day you upgrade, you will use that one. That's what it means. You must go onto my Instagram and see my earlier videos. They're so embarrassing, but they're there. Your audience will grow with you. Honestly speaking, you cannot wait for the day you've got makeup and a face beat and lashes and so forth. We'll be old and gray by then. Just start. It is so, so important. Get ready with me, behind the scenes, delivering product to your customer. These are all content creation ideas. The reason why we get stuck with content creation is because we think that it has to be perfect. I want you to start viewing content creation as documentation. I am just documenting my journey. That's it. Get ready with me. Share a thought in your stories. There are things that you are doing on a daily basis that can be part of content creation, but because you are overthinking it, we are losing out on the privilege of seeing that content. All right, there was a hand that was up over there. Please feel free to ask your question.
Hi, it's not a question, but I wanna add on that. Yesterday I shared that I'm gonna be here on 2 different groups. Yeah, there's no following, so it's not on my end, it's in their end.
Yeah, no, brilliant, and thank you so much for sharing that. I think it's great. I think it's important for us to always make the circle bigger. And one of the things that you can do, even as a follow-up, is just to say, or create content to say, this is what I learned from today. This is what I got out of it. And just share with your audience. That's really something that you can definitely be able to do. Content creation does not have to be something that is this fancy thing. That is why TikTok is doing so well. Have you noticed what about TikTok? They don't care. They'll show up in their gown. But they are themselves. There is a place for every single one of us within the online space. Find your place, get comfortable, and just show up. All right. So let's talk a little bit about how we do our DIY content creation. I want the mic to go to Tembani Mia. I saw you are here, you are selling candles. Based on what we have discussed, I want you to stand, stomach in, chest out, say it with your full chest. How are you, after this workshop, going to show up from a DIY content creation perspective for Ekhaya Sense Haven? Tell us. Hello guys, I'm going to pick you at random. Now I'm not standing here for the sake of my health. We are going out there and implementing. Are we in agreement? Yes. Excellent. Go for it, please, Tembani.
Morning, everyone. My name is Tembani Mia. I'm the founder of Ekhaya Sense Haven. Basically, what I do now to market my brand, I do some videos and upload on TikTok, but I'm actually a very shy person. But what I've realized is you cannot be an entrepreneur and be shy. So I told myself, shyness behind.
Yeah.
I gotta do this. So from what I've learned today, I'm not very strong on social media, but I'm glad that I came here because that's going to change. I'll be posting left, right, and center, and those who like my content will, those who will not, they're not my prospective buyers.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Well done. And I'm glad that you have been able to acknowledge the fact that you are shy, but you are saying despite that, I am still moving forward. And that is the attitude that we want to have. We all have our little blockages that could be used as an excuse, but because we are entrepreneurs and because we are growing our businesses, what we are saying is we are growing our businesses despite those blockages, not because of them. All right, excellent. The fourth point I want to share with you today is to maximize word of mouth. Word of mouth is free of charge. Word of mouth is free of charge. Now let me tell you a strategy that we would use within our retail business when we had retail stores. We had retail stores selling African print clothing. And one of the things that we wanted to do was to leverage our customers' social media platforms for other people to know about our business. Because if they are a paying client, then it stands to reason that probably their friends and network could also be paying clients, right? So one of the things that we would say to them is, if you tag us on social media, if you post about us on your timeline or in your stories, you get a 10% discount. So we are incentivizing them to tell people about us and their experience with us. And by so doing, we are exposing our business to their audience who does not know that we exist. What incentive can you provide to your audience for them to be able to evangelize on your behalf? Because there's a huge difference between you crying out and telling people about your business and having an army of unofficial brand ambassadors. You can give people incentives to be able to speak about you. You can create referral programs. If you refer a successful customer to me, I will give you a commission. There are ways in which you can incentivize people to bring customers to you. Another way of doing it is video testimonials. Oh, somebody has bought a granola from you. You take a video and say, hey, can I quickly take a picture of you holding your purchase? Can I quickly take a video of your experience buying from me today? Content. Content. User-generated content. It's coming from your customer. It's easier for us to believe because it's not coming directly from you. So word of mouth is something that is very, very, very important. All right. So we've got Beauty Pagani who is here. Can you please raise your hand, Beauty? Beauty, are you still here in the room with us? Beauty Pagani. Are you still here? All right. Is that a hand I'm seeing reluctantly going up? Okay. If Beauty is not here, who is going to volunteer and share with us? How are you going to better leverage word of mouth advertising in your business? Who is the brave soul that is going to share with us? You can raise your hand. Remember, raising your hand is a form of marketing. Great, there we go. Yes, girl, I see you're so ready.
Guys, I'm here, word of mouth. Each and every one of you saw me, saw my earrings. You can get my numbers, then post my earrings on your WhatsApp. Each and every one of you guys, 10 at least. You must get my numbers, post my earrings. That's how I'm gonna leverage.
Tell us your number.
Oh yes.
Now we must see the fit in the hair.
I'm learning. That's
It's
why
a
I'm
secret,
here.
Leon.
Okay, my number is 079 299 0682. 079 299 0682. Lebohang Molokwane. Earrings. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, excellent. Well done, Lebohang. The fifth point I want us to look at is you really want to focus on community engagement. You know, sometimes we are running our businesses, we are here in Attridgeville, and we are looking to get customers far and wide. Meanwhile, the people within your community do not even know that you exist. They do not even know about your business. We are always looking for greener pastures and we neglect our own backyard. We need to honestly stop being a well-kept secret. Support community events in your area. It's easy for you to attend. It's easy for you to engage. It's easy for you to raise your hand. It's easy for you to volunteer. It's easy for you to participate because this is your home ground, turf, and territory. How many of the individuals within your own community actually know about your business? You want to also engage in WhatsApp groups and forums. The gentleman mentioned how he posted about this event within WhatsApp groups. There's so many different forums. There are so many different groups online, on Facebook, and various other platforms like that. Do not be a well-kept secret. You want to flex your muscle within the environment and space that you are comfortable with, so that once you are comfortable doing that here, it is so much easier to then spread your wings externally and begin to branch out. But how are you going to branch out if you don't even know the basics of just engaging with your community where you already are? So that is something that is very, very, very important. All right. And then point number 6, this is the final point. Guys, everything I've shared with you today is 100% free. The cost to you is doing the work. The cost to you is throwing away any feelings of embarrassment. The cost to you is showing up. The cost to you is betting on yourself and just saying, I'm actually going to show up consistently for myself until something happens. The 6th and final point is you want to leverage your already existing customers. Leverage your already existing customers. Your next customer is your already existing customer. They've already proven to you that they like your product or your service. They've already proven to you that they like you. They've already proven to you that they've got buying power. Some of us, we will buy from you, we never hear from you again. No follow-up. Hello, Mrs. Shabangu. I just wanted to check in on you. You bought some body butters from me. It's been 6 weeks. I'm sure you're running low. Can I restock on your body butter? Next, Ololo Nitulile. Secret. Secret. So it's important for us to do follow-ups. Follow up with your already existing clients. One of the things that we need to learn to do is being able to generate recurring income from the people that have already bought from us. Sometimes you can do that through a subscription service. I was coaching a gentleman who provides bottled water. You know, these, what do they call it? This oxygenated water. Yes. And he delivers it to people's homes. And then I said to him, oh, okay. And then how do you get your next order from them? No, when they reach out to me and order again, I get my next order. I said, okay, great. Who on average is ordering from you? No, it's usually old people who are concerned about their health. Then when it's the young people, it's those who are health conscious and gym fanatics. And how often do they order? Oh, they order all the time. I said, so why don't you have a subscription service? Why can't they have a debit order that runs off their account every month, and when are you just going to deliver the water? Why must they remember you every month? Why anyway? That they must remember you over all their other bills and problems in life. They must remember you. Why don't you make it easy for them? Have a subscription service so that you can then deliver, you know, the last Saturday of every month, I'm going to go drop off the water. Where are we leaving money on the table from our already existing customers? I'm not even talking about getting new ones. What we already have, are we mining it? Are we digging deeper? Or we are constantly searching for wider, 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 and not going deeper? So if you've got a product or a service that people will need to use over and over again, find a way that you can plug your clients into a system that they can then be able to get it on automation. If it is a product or a service that doesn't lend itself to automation, Set up a system for yourself to follow up and check in on your clients. Hi there, you came in for a massage. I hope that your body is nicely relaxed and you really got great benefit from it. I'm going to check up on you in 3 weeks' time. That's when the benefits of the massage start to wear off, and then we can book your next one. Boom. In 3 weeks, they're not shocked that you're contacting them because you told them you're going to contact them. Sometimes we want to support you again, but secretly we've forgotten about you. That's the honest truth. Remind us. Remind us that you exist. At the end of the day, as entrepreneurs, the visibility of our brand and the conversion of our brand to sales is 100% our responsibility. And there are many things that we can do to be able to increase that visibility. I hope I've put a little bit of a firecracker under your bum. I hope that you're feeling excited. Let me end off with a secret. Now, this is a real secret. This is a real secret. The secret to monetization is that you must implement strategic action. You must implement strategic action. Monetization is the result of action. You do not make money in your business from inaction. That means you have to wake up, you have to do something. And when you do something enough times enough, the result of the action is monetization. So now that we understand the secret of monetization, are you ready to monetize? Yes. I can't hear you. Are you ready to monetize? Yes. At Richville, we will come back again, and I'm going to follow up with you. And I'm going to want to hear how you have implemented all of the strategies we've talked about today. All right? Okay, let me take, we're running late on time. Let me take 1 or 2 questions. I see 2 hands that are up. I'm so sorry. Sometimes you must just ask for forgiveness and not permission, eh? All right.
My name is Nelson Chokwe, a pensioner by profession, a former business banker. My brand is birthdays.
Yes.
What made me stand up is your last appointment, your last point of
Yes.
leverage monetization. When I was a banker,
Yes.
I knew my customers' birthdays.
Yes.
Now, when you are in your customer's face, the customer will never forget you.
Yes.
Like now, if I have to take your number into my cell phone, I'll ask you for your birthday. And so that I maintain that communication. Come your birthday, I'll give you a call or maybe send you a message.
I love
Once in your customer's face, your customer will never forget you and will always appreciate you.
That is so true. Thank you so much. Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much, Nelson. That's a very, very valuable nugget that you shared. We're going to take the last question that is just over here, the lady in white in the front, and then we'll take it from there.
Dumelang Salibonani once again. My name is Patricia. Hetty, thank you so much for this opportunity today. And Hetty, talking about leveraging on your audience and everything, I just want to remind you that I have a story with you.
Oh, Tata girl.
I used to do your hair and you used to love me so much because we were sharing the same energy.
Yes! I can you and Co.
Yeah, can you?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
That's an extension of my profession that I wanted to pitch today. Unfortunately, I'm going to go to Social Ngube. A gentleman right here told me that from here on, we're going to Social Ngube.
Yes.
And also, I also have a story with you. Yes, I did consult with your mentorship program on Instagram. Oh, you look so pretty on that picture. I couldn't recognize you now, but I saw the hair. Blonde, that's your trademark, right?
That's her trademark.
Yeah, it's your trademark. So now, I've realized that I'm a powerful human being. I come from a very lineage of powerful people, and I've been missing a lot in my life. I started working when I was 10, but I'm not getting things right.
Yeah.
What I've learned is I need to associate myself with powerful people.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be my weakness right now. I need Ausinswaki and Hetty to be one of the powerful ladies that I have in my network. Do you like to do that for me?
Yes.
And then we're gonna run. Isn't it, Hetty?
Yeah, as long as we're running and we're not pulling you, that's
No,
fine.
never. Never. Thank you once again.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that story, Patricia. And you see now, I'll never forget you. That is very memorable. All right, so that brings us to the end of this practical implementation masterclass. I hope that it's been valuable, and I really do look forward to hearing your success stories thereafter. I'm going to hand over to Papa.
Cool. Thank you guys. Let's give a proper round of applause for that. How was that?